Great, thank you very much. First of all, to all of our folks here, I want to say thank you for your service to our country and especially our career foreign service people. I know that you all have sacrificed to be able to serve our great nation. It involves a lot. You've put your families through a lot. I just want to say thank you very much. As a governor who went on a lot of trade missions, I very much appreciated all the help I got when I was at the embassy. So just have nothing but the highest respect for you. What I'd like to talk about is Djibouti. In 2017, Djibouti became the first country to host a People's Republic of China military base outside, obviously, the People's Republic itself. And earlier this year, it was announced that Djibouti had reached an agreement with the People's Republic of China for $1 billion to have a spaceport in that country. And this is obviously a part of the PRC's larger effort to commercialize space, but also to extend its Belt and Road Initiative. And of course, there's two concerning things about this. One, Djibouti is already heavily in debt to the People's Republic of China to the tune of about $1 billion. It represents about 43% of its GDP and puts them at risk to be a part of what we've seen consistently around the world from the People's Republic of China, this debt trap. But perhaps more concerningly, at least for the United States, I'm going to read you from the DNI's 2023 threat assessment, said that China is steadily progressing toward its goal of becoming a world-class space leader with the intent to match or surpass the United States by the year 2045. It continues counter space operations will be integral to potential PLA military campaigns, and China has counter space weapons capabilities intended to target the U.S. and our allies. One of the fears with this spaceport outside the People's Republic of China is they will use that to sidestep or outright reject international space rules with regard to how we do this. And of course, this matter is incredibly important to all of us. From using ATMs to harvesting our food, we all rely on satellite technology. In my home state of Nebraska, for example, we rely heavily on satellite technology to run our harvesting machines, the tractors, and so forth. In fact, one farmer told one of my staff members that if it wasn't for satellite technology, he was worried that his equipment would be useless. So, Ambassador Kirsch, let's talk about, do you believe that the space launch facility, will this push Djibouti more into this debt trap that the PRC has?
Oh, thank you for raising that important issue, Senator. You are absolutely correct that there was a base established, their first military base was established in 2017, and there has been a deal on the table for this $1 billion spaceport that you reference. As Secretary Blinken has said, China represents the most consequential geopolitical challenge of our time, and as diplomats, we're going to be facing this around the globe. In terms of the spaceport, it's clear that Africans, including the Djiboutians, have an aspiration to develop further in the space field as well as the advanced technology field. As recognized during the Africa Leaders Summit this past December, the U.S. recognized that interest and held the first U.S.-Africa Space Forum to meet together to discuss these very issues that you are raising. And if confirmed, I would certainly work closely with the Djiboutians to make sure that we identify ways for them to act responsibly in this field here on Earth so that we can make sure that our space is free and remains that way.
What can we do to incentivize Djibouti from staying away from these risky debt deals? What can the United States, what more can we do?
Well, I think one of the best ways we can incentivize them away from delving into these areas is to engage our own private sector. And that is something, if confirmed, I would be very much interested in doing. And I'm happy to be sitting here with my co-panelist who may be placed at the DFC, because I think that is one of the good tools that we are able to use to leverage our U.S. businesses overseas. We have other U.S. government agency tools also that we can be using, including the XM and USTDA. But really, I think we need to look at engaging our private sector to give them opportunities to compete.
Why do you think the PRC selected Djibouti for the spaceport facility?
Well, it's an interesting question. I think if you actually look at some of the specifics of it, it doesn't actually give the Chinese much of an advantage in terms of where it is compared to what they have within their own country. It is as you identified, the Djiboutians are heavily debt reliant on China. And this is something that we will keep a very close eye on.
What can we do to encourage Djibouti to ratify space law treaties so that this can't be used as a loophole by the People's Republic of China?
Well, that is something, if confirmed, I would be talking to them on a regular basis about. That is something that we would have to have regular conversations
Great.
about.
Thank you, Ambassador. I appreciate it.